Yo, what is good? I am very grateful. What is good, yo? So we learned quite a bit about the moveset that our character has and exactly who teaches it to him, which is kind of weird playing a game for so long and then just knowing what a move is called but not actually knowing why he has the character, why he has the moves and stuff like that. So this was pretty cool to see. It definitely breaches the gap for me in the sense of like his character in general, what he's kind of capable of, and now I feel like whatever is about to occur. Oh no, Luffy is us pretty much seeing why uh, why everything it is the way it is. Like for instance, this character, this teacher, who is ridiculously broken, by the way, is in a position where he's teaching stuff to a student, and within 1 to 2 days, he's already having to change up his fighting style, or he has to take things more serious, stuff like that. So that's a pretty tall tale sign that whatever it is he's training, it's working. It's working quite well. And that's the scary part about this week's episode is it just kind of showcases yet again how many uh, how many more days he could have had or he could get to continue to get even stronger and stronger is just ridiculous. We also got to kind of think about, well, not think about it, but the thing I noticed in this week's episode is before even learning that grandy old move from the guy, he already pretty much swung the sword so hard that he did the technique, but just without even knowing it was a technique. He pretty much shot a whole entire wind blade out and winds up hitting this gargoyle and splitting it in half and also splitting the water even further. So why is it that we're not seeing that move? Probably because they didn't have any way to animate it any more different than what he's actually about to learn, which the way he did it, it looks more or less like he could do it at, there's a way to do it at will instead of just relying on the hero power kicking in and doing it for you. So I like that. It's also putting some strain on him in the case of every time he continues to do these big attacks. It seems like that's what truly kind of slows him down or kind of puts him in a position where he is just exhausted in general. So very interested to see where all this other stuff comes from in this game, like his hairstyle and stuff like that. I'm guessing it's just that power on his forehead getting further expanded through his body. But man, oh man, there's only one bad part of animation throughout this whole episode, and it's when the monsters are running towards our main characters. But outside of that, this week's episode looked gorgeous. The story overall is pretty good. It definitely feels like there's a lot happening very quickly. For instance, the person just showing up and 2 days blowing by, and that being 2 days of a lot, and I mean a lot of growth for our character. And the best part of it is they don't even stray away from the one thing that he's really bad at, and that thing is magic. He's terrible at magic, so of course they still have him being bad at magic, and I think that's what I can respect the most out of how his character is continuously being built up is if he starts to use magic, it's mostly thanks to the thing on his forehead. But if he can get to that point where he was actually as good with it as he is with everything else, he would be a ridiculous force to be reckoned with. But until then, we'll just have to see him grow and see what's going to happen when he fights the dragon form of the teacher. Because if he was growing as much as he was from fighting a basic human form. Pretty sure he's going to learn quite a bit, or his body is going to get ridiculously strong from this experience. So with all that being said, everybody, I hope you have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. At least I got to drop this show as soon as it came out, unlike everything else today. But we can't all be beggars and choosers. Why you keep killing Luffy, okay? Leave Luffy alone. Well, yeah, with that being said, take care. Peace.